tell us what went wrong with Fnatic. I'm down to watch some Fnatic right now, actually. I'm in some kind of mood. Old me is coming out. I came out of the sauna today and I was like, I want to see what's going on in these other regions. Dude, I thought when I saw this, man, like KCorp's comp is wild. This comp is crazy. So I haven't seen a team run something like this in Americas. The Yoru Raze combo, which we sometimes see, like we see Cloud9 run this on Sunset. We do see this duo like every now and then, like Sentinels on Bind, obviously. But I don't think a team has brought it out on Split yet in Americas. And then the fact that they're running these two controllers instead of one of them and a Viper is also very unique. Like, that's so weird. And no Senti. Meanwhile, Fnatic pretty much have the same comp as last year. I feel like Fnatic didn't change much comp-wise coming into this year. Like, nothing too crazy so far. A little disappointing to see. So Fnatic kicking it off. High cam B. This is really good to like catch some feet that kind of creep up. It makes you commit more than say like this high cam here. You got the trip going across. Looks like the one off the trash can, but I could be wrong there. The breach is always very good along this line, right? It's a very powerful spot. In addition to that, you can see like he could stun like the rotate in massive ways. You can obviously rotate here. The aftershock is wild on Split. It's part of the reason why I really like breach in this rotate spot. The fault line, tons of value. This is why G2 likes running breach instead of even running a single like info initiator, you know? It's just you can do a lot with these swings. Like you can pop this fault line and swing with multiple players. You can also do like potentially start. We've seen Kaunzine start like down here and fault line like this for people like playing on the ramp in the early round. So hypothetically, like you spawn here on attack and you do like a fast ramp control. Well, if you play this breach and he happens to be here off rip and he hears that, like you have fallen into the trap. So the breach is very, very powerful here. Curious to see if they get that value.
To beating Fnatic to qualify to the first Masters. Who predicted that? Who isn't French?
I think Steel did. I genuinely think Steel actually predicted KC to do well.
They just know anything.
Sees nade onto default. Wow. For like the jump spotter. So if there's like a jump spotter right here, they just get like immediately sees naded. That's sick. So just some early round, like this is what's happening type shit. You see recall in mid, recall over here, Yoru making some presence, TPs across.
Can you walk into a map like Split?
Okay. So you can see also we have the Omen Smoke coming in. So Omen Smoke to deny info on ramp, recall right here to make the enemies think that you've crossed, right? But really like you're fake crossing and you're going to TP all the way across the map with this kit.
And push Fnatic aside.
The eye is in a spot mid. You can see it's right here as opposed to anywhere else, right? The reason why I would put an eye there. So this eye basically makes it where you're flushing out, I believe, this corner, and you're making it so that way, if someone wants to break this eye, you know exactly where they have to be. They have to be like kind of aggressing into mid in some kind of way, or ready to like peek you from vents from the left. So you're clearing out like a lot of the early shit, and then you're following it up immediately with like prowlers and spacing and timing. So that way the other team, if they are planning some kind of trap play or anything, you can kind of bounce off of it as quick as possible.
One of the greatest rebuilds in
full info
history.
denial here.
Yeah.
From place in the regular.
So you can see they immediately prowl off the right side of vents at that point because the eye cleared the left. They prowl off the right.
To beating Fnatic to qualify to the
now
first
prowl
Masters.
up middle.
Who predicted that?
And once that's clear, that kind of initiates everything, right? You can see Fnatic grabbing info behind these two smokes. It's super annoying, and it has kept 3 people here. They're getting massively outplayed right now this round.
I think Steel did. I genuinely think Steel actually predicted KC to do well.
They
The
just know
blind
anything
cuts
about it.
through. It's interesting that they cut the blind through the same shit on the Seas nade, but I guess it's all good. Boaster flashes heaven to re-clear, but you can see like they are way out of position. Like Fnatic is super out of position here, and they've been played hard by this comp. The Yoru with them by making presence here. Where did the flash end up going, actually?
You do Fnatic aside.
Does he use this? Yeah, he uses it right. He throws it, and then he TPs all the way back over here, which then kind of keeps this stack
Maybe one of the greatest
over by
rebuilds
A.
in history.
And oh god, Alpha's
one-way
dead.
cage
Alpha
gets
was dead
nothing.
30 seconds ago, but he just didn't know
This
it
was a
yet.
sick pistol.
Plant's gonna come in. KC. This looks like the pistol might be theirs. I mean, he's gonna hear all these steps. He's heard them. He's seen them, and that's another one gone. This is nerve-wracking. I'm getting nervous watching this.
There's so many low players though. That's the only thing in Fnatic's favor.
Yep.
I don't even know if they clear Martine though. Like at this point, who's still sat in that corner without swinging?
That's a Marlene position right there. Yeah, you don't clear that.
Why would you? Like literally, you're fighting his teammate on the corner.
All right, let's see what we got here. We got, holy shit, look at the Astra stars everywhere. Since Astra's not even like the main controller, some rounds she could be, some rounds she couldn't be. That's what's so cool about this comp is like you never know like which one of these will act as the main controller. Whereas like typically when you're playing as a Viper, like you typically know the Viper's util is just for like info denial, and you can build a game plan around it.
Someone is there, but Thomas.
Okay. So they just Omen smoke the cross because they can afford to do that. They get info on Leo being there. They see that. Breach is in mid and hasn't used util. Boaster's just putting some fake pressure here on B-Man. He's got the one way up. He's playing in front of a Cypher setup. So he's basically making it where once that smoke is up, the situation is this. This is like what these two are doing, right? If this smoke goes up, then it basically means Boaster can lean away and be pretty far off of this site. The reason being is just how you know a team is going to react with this setup and a one-way cage here. So you're playing against the team and solutions to get by this, one way. Any solution is going to make noise. That is like the key thing that these pro teams like operate by. And that's what Fnatic is operating by here, right? At the start of the round, we will defend B-main. And if you want to fight it, well, that's fine. Like you can come through the smoke. And if you do that, we're going to get some kind of audio cue. We're going to get some kind of like util from you, most likely, in order to take that risk. And if you do take that risk, we're going to lean the third over here for a little bit of time while we can simultaneously figure out how many people are by A, right? And this is how their comp operates. Like this is what's going on. So if Boaster hears shit, well, let's figure out if this is a fake or not. So Sky is probably going to get info in that moment. If Boaster hears nothing, well, if Boaster hears nothing, then he can lean away and know that this smoke is here for like 15 seconds. He could refresh it. Like, again, there's solutions that you would hear, like an Astra recall or a Jet cloudburst or a flash. Like there's so many ways to get past the one way, but all of them require noise and all of them can be heard by this cam. This cam, no. This cam, yes. This cam also gets early line on Heaven. So just a really good rotational setup by Fnatic. They definitely thought this shit through. I don't think it's bad by any means. So we got the fast ramp.
You're not going, I was the best player in that game. Like normally Alpha's there, normally someone is there, but Thomas, he bested them all.
Okay, let's.
Breach was jump spotting mid for info and doesn't plan on using util. It's just kind of like, if you see the Breach jump spotting, you're like, oh, man, we could be getting like trap played. It's like a mental edge, right? Chronicle could play inside vents, just like not peeking on Breach, playing like an off angle. But he, one, would then put himself in like a weird like 50-50 if they walked up. And two, he doesn't get the edge of showing them that the Breach is in the vent, which is actually kind of fucking big.
Let's focus in on KC here because they've got a decent purchase in this one. I mean, Fnatic
They're
obviously
running
going to be
down,
coming
though,
in
dude.
with a touch of weaponry.
So they smoked Heaven. Again, added benefit of having a second controller. Look at the pinch coming into Chronicle, dude. Oh my God. Just 2 ramp, 2 vents. The yours between. It's looking kind of good. Hypothetically, this guy could like flash in Heaven, but this smoke makes it weird.
Chronicle, want to be careful to not isolate.
Oh man.
What is going on? Ari's going to be grinning from that one.
Heaven,
That's
they
a
TP on the
freebie.
corner.
No
That's
trade.
risky.
Yeah, that's the thing with
They TP'd there?
this composition. The double smokes just allow you to create chaos. And that is exactly what KC want. They want to face you up close. They want this stinger to be able to bridge the gap. Boaster now on.
Very well done. Okay, so the early round, super heavy A, obviously super heavy mid, right? they pinch into A heaven. During all of this, they plant Yoru here to hold the flank. They leave Omen here. So in this round, they have put a lot of work in to make sure, obviously, no one can push A, as well as control heaven. They have controlled all of mid and vents and male. And they're unsure about B, but they fought a breach here. And they've experienced some other util as well, like the sky. So if both initiators are over here at this A site, the chances of like an aggression coming out of these three, quite low. I'm not sure if Durka gave away his position, but if he did, it's even more obvious, right? So this is a great mid-round play right now. This is very dangerous for the Astra, so I'm curious how she's going to clear this. But
the pressure has support from Alpha at the back of the site, but KC will pick up the pace and then slow right back down.
Good little one.
Let
I think that's a one.
I'm also just looking at where Tomazi still is.
Yeah, Boaster, good paranoia there.
Guys out hell.
Trying to buy a little bit of time.
Oh no, it's fake me.
Shin's on the way though, and Boaster's position is running short. He can't stick around here too long. He's going to have to call in.
Dude, he fucking pushed across. This just feels loose as fuck.
Alpha, which he is doing, but Narrate. Durka with the drive-by. That removes a little bit of the problem, right? So they can hit those rotations, but they aren't. They're still sticking where they are. There's just so much faith in Alpha and Boaster. This is a lot on the plate. There's bodies everywhere. Boaster going to bail him out with another. That's brilliant. Oh, and again, lovely work from Boaster. That is...
Very good micro by Boaster. It's just an overall great round by him. Good to see he's in this form. So you can see, like, at this point in the round, this is Boaster's smoke. It's heading over to be a one-way here. So if there was ever, like, a vent split through heaven, these two insiders going to shit on them. Like, they're just going to destroy them. And then he's holding on to this blind. He's holding on to his TP as a source to just, like, live for himself.
Pick up the pace and then slow right back down. Let you get in your own head. I'm also just looking at where Tomazi still is.
That's a good blind.
Yeah, Boaster, good paranoia there. Trying to buy a little bit of time. Shin's on the way though.
Dude, he is doing
Boaster's
work.
position is
all the
running
shit.
short. He can't stick around here too long.
Watch when he drops. Watch when Boaster drops how he doesn't full tuck, right? I think that's like a cool micro thing to point out. That could help you get better in your game, which is why I'm pointing it out. Like, it's a micro thing.
Is doing, but Narrate. Durka
like
with
he
the
gets spotted and he knows where someone would
spam. Right? So they can hit those rotations, but they aren't. They're still sticking where they are. There's just so much faith in Alpha and Boaster. This is a lot on the plate.
Jiggling.
There's bodies everywhere.
Center.
Boaster gonna bail.
Right. See, like right here, he's not in this like left corner at this point because that's exactly where Magnum would like rail the second he fell. So he's like jiggling like off to the right. Like he's slightly off the corner. I bet he would have died there.
That's brilliant. Oh, and again, lovely work from Boaster.
It's just like the way he maneuvered that round was really good. It's so interesting how they're using these. So this often indicates like a fast mail play. Like when you see teams do this, sometimes you'll see like raises like start here and they'll double satchel up through like a recall and then a grab well right here. So if someone like tries to get away, they're f***ed. And then they're putting a star here. This is crazy because most Astros wouldn't be willing to do this because you don't often see them with an Omen. If I'm Boaster here and I see that fucking star there, I'm a little nervous to like do the play where I TP across with the one-way, which is pretty common, right? Like TPing across with a one-way here. I would be pretty scared if I saw that star there. That's like a cool little threat.
But I want to see a little...
I can't believe this guy just TPs there, though. I can't believe that shit. I think he only does that, by the way, because he doesn't expect this smoke out of Boaster. I mean, this is a crazy idea that positionally would work out. So it's like the Omen is going to TP here to this spot, and then immediately you'll see the raise like slide into the line and then just probably like hold it. So if someone fights like this Omen, they're going to be cutting across the path of the raise, and there will be a trade. And trades are really good for attackers. So it's just like a really good way to hold the B push. But I will say, I think Boaster had the counterplay. It's just he didn't stick to it. The counterplay was indeed smoking there and not one-waying.
A little bit more control.
Okay.
So Boaster immediately senses like, okay, this is like a heavy fight over here. This is quite different, guys. Like, let's see how Fnatic reacts on a round like this. Because last time this happened, remember what happened? Like, we had two here. Chronicle came up here. There's two nested in sight. And Boaster was like kind of loaning smokes over towards A. Curious if they leaned B at all.
I mean, Chronicle does look to be trying to maybe support towards Boaster a little bit closer this time, hoping to...
Look at the lean. The Raze coming over. No util coming out of Leo yet. Let's see the time that happens. Astra smokes this.
The jiggle jump.
It's pinged by Leo, so you see he's like, there's an Astra smoke here, which blocks vision from here and here. It's kind of like that orb. It's just there to be annoying. Like, you can pop out of it, right? Which is why it's scary. With this smoke up right here, the Yoru could technically do something like come to this corner and send a gate crash like down towards the site. There's a lot of like angles that you can kind of work with. Like, you could send it here, which is safe. Most people would do it here probably and TP in. And this spot is just a very good spot to just get into and hold. I think this smoke is really good to do stuff like that. And that's why Fnatic needs to clear it out.
Flash.
So they progress forward.
Classic, yeah.
See, when does Leo use util here?
Not
There it
really
is, flash. So he's flashing top ramp.
put off by this
It's clear. So cleared out ramp.
by any means. They're still progressing up towards middle. That does look like a triddle right there. It's Brazil. Chronicle.
Another first death for Chronicle. That's a little rough. That's a little rough. I don't even know. Yeah, he didn't even get to use his util.
That does look like a triddle right there. It's Brazil. Chronicle.
See ya.
That's a bad first death.
Round. And it's going to be Boaster and again Alpha. Though those two were exceptional last time, but how many times can we ask them to do this? And it looks like KC have got the space this time again. But Boaster again trying to defend with his life. It's still Alpha here, so they've got.
It's a good setup. Yeah. Check Boaster and Alpha. This is probably designed, and then a one-way cage here, so that way they could do this together without worrying about their side. It's a pretty good line that they both have, where once it was in like this scenario, I was a little sketched at like this moment, right? Because they're down a player and it's a clear like 2A, 2B type shit. So basically like you will get a 4-on-2 or a 5-on-2 on one of the sites. These two players have to do a lot, and I think they do pretty well.
Manhandled every round. And it's going to be Boaster and again Alpha. Though those two were exceptional last time.
Like immediately, like he's running to this spot and they're getting in this, like this shit right here. Kind of like it. I like how they get into this and play off of each other really well, like with this cage up.
How many times can we ask them to do this? And it looks like KC have got the space this time again. But Boaster again trying to defend with his life. It's still Alpha here, so they've got so much more to do. 40 seconds, they're still eyeing up this B site. The cavalry's on the way. Leo's coming over. Dirk is coming over. And KC don't have the same amount of room.
If they can actually two-man push into Alpha, they've done just that. Leo with the trade.
Great trade back though from Tomasi. Not letting it slip away from the 1v2 for Dirk here. Not gonna happen, Shin. One of the best on this.
So you can see like the
these
boombots, he's like spamming the peak. So if the boombot latches, the guy just gets spammed. The Omen will probably TP in and be able to kill him. If the Omen gets shot like in the side, like on the TP, they will activate this grab well or something. So if you're this Omen, say like your Boaster, and you TP across, you might kill this guy, but you will be grab welled and you will TP here and they will trade you. They will hunt you down. Like, if they know you're in this corner, you're not getting away. Unless you're like a raised double satcheling.
Alpha is so good, and again, they've gone for a gamble play here, Fnatic. Maybe feeling that, oh, they're surely going to switch up and hit an A piece now. Surely, with everything they've got, this would make sense.
So they just lurk smoked here.
X-ults, they've got this going.
And Shin has dodged this flash. These are like the key things of the round, right? It feels very similar to Fnatic, right? The same early round style. It's the same style where this Omen is just like TPing up
so
super aggressive.
Surely going to switch up.
Dude, the rotate is so crazy though. So Fnatic thinks they have a read on this shit, right? It's one of the only times that Boaster isn't close B. But the amount of noise that's made with the Boombot, with the Omen TP, I believe they also send a Prowler. Keep an eye on Magnum right here. So that's 3. They're showing presence of 3 people in B main, and they're doing this on purpose. They're simultaneously not showing anything on A, right? This is exactly what they did that one round when they pinched Chronicle by Vents, and then they went late, like mid B, right? If we had to like say like this map is a 3-lane map, they're showing presence in 2 lanes and leaving one open a lot of the times, and then they're coming back into this 3rd lane late round, hoping that it will be pretty much empty.
So good, and again,
so you can see,
they've gone for a gamble play here for Fnatic.
They put a lot of pressure here. They deny the info with this smoke,
now, surely with everything they've got,
which would block the vision of like cams and shit in most scenarios. I don't know if it does for this one. And you can see what it's doing to Fnatic right now. The flash gets nothing, so now 3 people are
This
rotating.
makes sense. You know, they've got X ults, they've got this
Eye
going
for vents. They now realize like vents are clear. They put tons of pressure here.
No, they've done a very similar look here. Again, a little bit of an early look towards B, force the rotations back, almost back to this default for Fnatic. The adjustments Boaster. That Judge has got to deliver here. No look towards Chronicle, so they know that something's different. They know that something has changed. And you can see the response. Yep, there it is, red alert. They can't walk into that lightly, and they don't. They force him away as far as possible. Narrate's looking for Alpha. That's what he wants. Can he spot him out in time? Oh, Alpha, that's so
Ooh, the fact that I got one is kind of crazy.
but he knew his life was numbered. His time was dwindling. Boaster can't hit a barn door with it. Desperate to try and find a connection, but still,
like
who's still lingering around? There's still players up here. Shin's still up here.
Ooh.
Gets cleared out by Durka. That's the difference. Finally, they have a step forward.
Still with a chance in this round.
Absolutely.
They've got the heals available if they need it, but right now everybody on Fnatic is healthy.
left.
It's Narrate who's low.
Trying to get that plant down. Chronicle! He's had enough of being pushed around this map. He wants in, and he gets it. That is classic Chronicle there for the man who's...
Chronicle. I think his first
Something
deaths in those
boxed
early
out.
rounds were actually quite
Anything is-
important, so
Yeah.
I think that he's
Yep.
showing up here. So they're sick of losing B main. So coming out of that round, they're immediately fighting B main. They're also pretty scared of like some kind of aggressive A pop, which is why this guy isn't like playing close enough to listen or anything. Kill trips or info trips, high cam. Just the standard like 2-on-2 for Fnatic. It's all about the rotates.
God, and there's the hero rifle again. It'll be fine. It'll be fine this time. Right?
Holy
Straight
shit,
up
they got
through
mid for
heaven
free.
again. They love this mid-pressure KC.
Dude, they just got mid for free with no smokes, running double controller. Like, they're just using numbers. They're just jumping around like, well, if someone peeks this, we're probably going to trade. Like, they're not going to be able to multi-frag us if we're just jumping around in the front.
God, and there's the hero rifle again. It'll be fine.
Like,
It'll
look
be
at
fine
this.
this time. Right? Straight up through heaven again. They love this mid-pressure KC.
And they cut.
Durka, this angle can be quite deadly. Not going to get what he wants from it, though. Going to have to rescind away full. And they forced him a little deeper. They're losing some of that control towards the middle.
Boaster is
Again, keep in
maintain
mind
B
towards
control,
Narrate here. Everyone
which is really big. Chronicle has this ult, and I feel like right now they're trying to get this ult out of Chronicle. Like, they know it's here, and they don't want to overcommit, but they're trying to get it out, so they need to show some presence.
Everyone else is on classics, and trying to cause a little bit of an issue, and actually Durka's in a lot of danger. They're trying to close down towards him. Boaster on the bailout, though, going to keep him safe. Chronicle comes online, and now it's just down to Shin. Only for a second.
That's a really good eco.
Manic.
All right. They're playing super far off here. So far off where if like a sky flash comes through, it wouldn't ping them, right? Like they're past, you can see it on the screen right now. They're past like the little, whatever you would call this, ticket booth thing. You're going to make some presence over here. See the gate crash already. You know exactly where this is heading, actually. This will be a recall to get past the one-way smoke. This is, I mean, just to show presence over here. You can either use it as a real smoke or recall or whatever.
He'd already done enough for his team to basically ruin the setup of Fnatic.
Okay. That's the first time we've seen them test that A
So Yoru left a clone here. He hasn't used it.
side as well, because, again, if you roll your mind back to every time we've seen kind of Fnatic on this sort of map, that camera just gives them so much more freedom.
Okay. So the Cosmic Divide A, and you can see it's a Cosmic Divide that is giving as little info as possible while making it seem like this could be an A hit, right? You're denying info from screens. You're trying to block this elbow spot. You're trying to block this heaven spot. You're trying to block like the flower spot and like this zone. You're trying to block all these lines. But to do this, you have to leave this open. So they put an extra star here, which could be used in a lot of ways, obviously. Like, it could be gravel or smoke. And now they're ready to pop on this B site. Don't know if they're going to use the Yoru ult. The clone's going in.
Divide going to go through.
Nope. So TP over. Clone's going in. They got two. They got the breach looking over there at very least.
To see if they're up
Raze is rotating. They're biting so hard. It's working. It's working. Why is Boaster not calling the Prowler?
Thing here.
Cover going out.
Boaster. Gonna note this. Paranoia is perfect. He's got to fall away here. Try and send one back. Maybe tee up Durka instead. Set that second layer into... Oh my god, Narrate. Oh, this guy's an animal. Gonna find a second. The site's theirs. And, oh, They're so clean, Tom. They're so goddamn clean with it. It's
Yo,
Alpha
they were
1v5.
literally just
The
better.
Spike's already down. He might as well just go
What?
back towards A.
Martin and Narrate on this double duelist is...
That was a sick strat.
And it looks like they've explored that A site.
So
Sure,
early
they kind
flash,
of pressured
maybe that
that.
TP
They're
again.
going back towards B. Back once again. Let's see
Immediately
if they
goes
can
all the
handle
way
it
to
this
A.
time. Massey creeping closer this time.
Dude, so like, wow. We've seen this style of default
We have
before.
once
Dude, we've
again.
oh my god, there's so many looks that are all so similar but also fucking different because of this Yoru and the Astra. This game plan looks insane. So they have this smoke down again to deny info. They have the same threat of like a grav well. If Boaster decides to TP over there, he could die. And the first time they did this, I think the Omen just TPs here and they just like high-low kind of, where the Raze is here. The second time, the Omen TPs here, the Raze boom bots like right down this line and then just kind of sprays the corner right here. The third time, they Omen TP, they Prowler, and immediately the Yoru's TPing and the Omen is like aggressing. This is sketchy because this is stuff like this makes it hard to anti-strat. That's why I'm drawing attention to it. They have many looks that to you as an opponent would feel the same at the start of the round, so you're guessing to counter them.
Pressured that. They're going back towards B. Back once again. Let's see.
Like they're throwing all this util because they don't plan on helping him. Like this is the one time he's alone and he's trying to make himself look bigger than he is on this round. It's the one time that he can do this.
See if they can handle it this time. Massey creeping closer this time. He
Does it pull or rotate? Fnatic has been literally at the wrong site all half.
has to fall back.
They've already spotted the setup, though. That's the thing. A lot of what Fnatic were doing just moments ago was taking that B main control. And KC, I don't even know if they plan to go towards the B side. It doesn't look like it. Their whole plan is just to force Fnatic back, remove their information, and pressure elsewhere.
I'm looking at the positions. I'm looking at that spike. It was drifting up towards...
So they show lots of pressure over here, and they just info deny it all. And now you can see Fnatic is working towards re-clearing it. And I feel like they understand this, and they're like, we can't go this way anymore. It wasn't poppy enough. We didn't get the pick necessary on the fake at a quick enough time. So this is now looking like it might turn into a double fake. Because the odds of running to the breach now have skyrocketed.
The vents, but they've opted against it here. Minute still to play with. No ults for KC. On the other side, Alpha's got his and Chronicle,
Clear
of
is
course.
good.
Still with that, but they've kept the 3 players towards A, so maybe feeling like it is time to drift back through towards that B site.
This is a hard
Breaking
round for
out here is
KC.
not easy.
Look how far forward the Fnatic players are on A. I think they still firmly believe Tiger.
I think it's an Ares
Now
round.
they'll have the info, but it might be too little too late.
Yeah, let's see if they can weather the storm. No,
That's so clean. I saw this shit live and I was like, what? They know Boaster's been playing up there. You can see the things. Oh my god, this is just amazing by them. Magnum has kept a pretty good amount of util. Tomasi obviously uses this blind. The satchels come out.
Now they'll have the info, but it might be too little too late.
Yeah, let's see if they can weather the storm. No, there's no
gorgeous.
way. Boaster is
That's
dead to
crazy.
rights. He can't play his way out of that one. And Alpha's on an island. Maybe Chronicle's ult could help. Great flirt towards the first. Can't swing the second though.
Wow.
KC have bodies. They've still got this lovely positioning in heaven.
What a round.
Shin still here is holding this safe.
Dude, this round is crazy. Sometimes when underdogs beat favorites, it's like, oh man, they just like were throwing haymakers, like sending it, you know, and the variance was high and they were winning a lot of like clutches. Maybe their star duelist had like an pop-off game or some shit. Nah, man, this is crazy. KCorp is just way better right now.
We go in on the second half. Karmine Corp
Where's
are
the cam? Do we see it through the wall anywhere?
leading.
Why did we not see the cam through the wall?
Corp are leading 7-5.
Shouldn't we see the cam like through the wall somewhere like right here? I think the cam is low underneath this one way so we can get the info. I don't think I've seen a Cypher do that actually. Trip deep kind of tells me this is probably going to be like heavy around mid to A for a long time. You can see the breach does have a target stun ready if there's any info coming from this guy. I like the initial layers here from Fnatic. This is a really sick pistol. Like it's dealing with a lot in the first like 5 seconds. Like, their spacing is great to absorb pushes. They'll get the info in the B push. The breach is over by A and can support mid, obviously, if there's any kind of mid aggression, but also can probably live with his kit if they do anything by A. It's just a really good, like, setup that they got.
One map to the good.
All right. So they smoke mail. They flash in vents, and it gets nothing. Look at this. They're ready to come up. Holy shit. They're reading it so well.
Fnatic. A bit of contact.
Oh my god, dude. Just literally played them. Holy shit. This KCorp team has the Fnatic playbook. They just know every word in that thing. Like, it is fucking crazy.
You did a little bit of chip damage. You got all ahead of yourself. You got all.
This was wild. When I was watching this live and I saw how quick Fnatic tried to, like, jump on this, I was like, bro, they never try to jump on their deaths like this.
Excited. Boaster, are you chasing this? This is really dangerous.
The initial goal was, if there's people in vents, these people in vents are fucked. But they never expected this style of being in the vents. And so the trade just wasn't possible. I bet Fnatic wins this pistol against 95% of the teams they scrim against. You can just see the breach is just ready to dick on people off that flash and then off of Durka. But the way that they play this is just fucking perfect.
Fnatic. A bit of contact.
So the fault line still isn't used, and literally he turns the second that this happens. Like, the timing could not be worse.
Oh, no.
So now he whips back right now, and now he has to probably recharge the fault line.
Don't try. That was.
And there it is.
You did a little bit of chip damage. You got all ahead of yourself.
Oh my god, that's crazy from KCorp that this played out this way.
This is kind of where you expect.
And now they just fall to, like, full passive on B. Like, sometimes you'll see teams, they'll fuck this moment up by, like, having this guy, like, come into the site, and then this guy would be here, sees the B hit, sees the heaven hit, and then these people try to save that person, and it just falls apart. Let's see how this plays out right now.
Expect Durka to step up. This is where the utility is
centered
around him taking control. He's dead within the early seconds again, somewhat to a mistake. Just reloading while peeking an angle.
Just playing
it's not
so passive. He has to hold the
heaven
push.
To see. Look at the positions they're currently holding. You have 2 players within A, the rest basically in spawn.
You see his guys just
basically
kind of
in
patrolling
spawn.
mid.
They're very happy to give up that B site, and again,
they smoke heaven, and the dog is going through. They can pretty much say that no one has pushed B because of this trip. Unlikely this happens is possible, but unlikely. This is putting a lot of pressure, and their goal here is to keep these 3 here for the APOL.
Similarly to the last map, they are willing to play the retake more often.
Spawn's not smoked. This Omen does this, and he's just angled off. So I don't know if this is going to work unless they smoke this Omen off.
They're not.
Slowly and cautiously. They are down to 20 seconds here, and they got still a lot.
So blind cuts through heaven, and they had to do that because even though they're running double controller, they don't have a smoke for heaven. Boaster had 1 smoke, and he had a blind. And they send the blind heaven while, you know, like, this player's here and this player's here. And they take site with these 2 pieces of util instead of the double smoke.
Cautiously. They are down to 20 seconds here, and they got still a lot of site to clear. A bit worrying. Shin not really deterred yet. 15 seconds, spike on the way. Now there's a problem because Shin's still on the back line and he hasn't been bred out of place. Luckily, Chronicle is nuts at this game, so he should be able to get him a plant. Leo going to catch anyone trying to look towards heaven.
They're pushing.
Who's close? Oh my god, Magnum is right on them, and that is not a plant! Right out of place. Luckily, Chronicle is nuts at this game, so he should be able to get him a plant. Leo going to catch anyone trying to look towards heaven.
Should he have planted for heaven here? I guess not, there's so low time.
Pushing.
Who's close? Oh my god, Magnum is right on them! And that is not a plant! That's not a plant for Leo! He can't do anything! There's nothing to be done here! He just has to sit back and watch as the defuse comes in right under his nose! He's just had to sit there and watch KC pick up the first in the second half.
That's insane.
Because KC are looking like the confident ones.
Someone pull on the cape.
Yeah.
Someone get going.
Bro, that was so close,
it's not
actually,
Leo this
that
round, so
flash.
you're not going to get much more than that. Nope, Martin's trying to heat up here.
This guy's cracked, by the way.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. Again, you want them confident, you want them taking challenges, taking those fights like they are favored, but you don't want them going too far. You don't want to see a rifle fall to the other hands, right? Those rounds have to be clean. My God, it is squeaky clean from Martin there. Wow.
Oh, this is insane. Yo, this play's so crazy. This play's so fucking crazy. Check it. Okay, what are we working with here? So we got Astra Smoke here, which is like a little bit of a one-way on the box. We have a deep Nebula mid. Typically uses a smoke. Deep Nebula here typically also uses smoke. Gate Crash cutting all the way back. And we see we're about to get the ult play coming out of Yoru. This is definitely some kind of set play. Oh, this is so sick.
Just yet, though. They need more.
The Omen immediately TPs there? No way. So he comes through. He sees the Cypher on the minimap. The Omen is now looking, just predicting it. Look at where he's aiming.
Keep finding this.
Look at that shit. Oh my God.
Martin's going hunting. He's after you, Alpha. Run,
What?
boy, run. The paranoia was
That's
from
awesome.
so
That is so insane that their teamwork is that good. That's such a fucking hard paranoia to hit. What?
That was targeted. That was an assassination right there.
Hey, if we don't have a cam of Alpha being absolutely
And now they gotta go
after this,
clear
I'll be
this
very,
out.
Very surprised. Like, that is a
Oh my
ridiculous
God,
set play.
that's
Boom, Alpha
crazy.
again.
That ult play is so sick, guys.
Spamming towards CT, looking to isolate Narrate on the site. This is going to be very difficult to hold on to for Narrate. Same as we said for
Paint
Tomasi.
shell out. So he's ready for this. His paint shell out. Tomasi has smoke out. They're ready for the hit. They know it's coming. It's just they probably can't hold it.
Off your feet!
There it is. He knows this is coming his way. Can he do anything about it, though? No. Durka
Damn.
is quick to task. He knows his job. And he's
Holy
got
fuck.
the follow-up. Fantastic
One way
from
on
him.
screens is so good.
Plant should be in. Don't think that's going to be denied. No, and the lurk from Boaster there. Just that late presence on ramp.
This is a
That's
really
the icing on the
nuts
cake.
4-on-5.
Yeah, I kind of like that they almost tried to bait that it was Narrate there, but they were still going to
pack.
Martin close. Oh my
Oh
god.
my God.
Look at the damage.
Durka's
Look at
so low.
Durka.
That boombot saved his life.
Yeah, literally saved his life. Fortunately for him, he can get a heal. Leo's going to invest that, but
And now this little trio is going
look at,
through
this,
our
look
rail.
at this hunting squad. They're
Oh
sending out
my
after Alpha.
God.
He's going to be feeling so uncomfortable. He felt the timing just right, though. Credit to Alpha for that internal clock, right? Feeling out that there was
Yo.
something going on here. Didn't
This little
like it.
pack.
And the response from Fnatic is
They
slow
clear out mid, they clear out
towards B.
ramp, now they're going
Trying to
B.
avoid those rifles, trying to keep them as far away as possible.
There.
Maybe the right choice here. But is it the
30
right timing?
seconds left.
Tomasi's going to check this. It is when Durka's on the money. But they know now. The plan's been seen. The players are nearby. Karmine Corp looking to get dangerous. Narrate's going to find Durka. Here we go. How much more? Martin comes online.
What?
Magnum gets
What a
rifle.
trade,
Boaster
dude.
and Leo, 13 seconds. Spike is going to go down. But Boaster needs to go big here. So does Leo. KC closing the gap! It's gonna be on Leo. A 1v3. This is just unthinkable again.
Bruh.
Shin
Shin just
finds it.
1Ds
Karmine
him.
Corp,
What?
Absolutely the real. That judge coming out. I mean, maybe not the end of the world here, but Boaster.
Okay.
Really
It's a
challenge.
massive shot on Tomasi.
Wow.
Again,
There was the
Boaster's
eye
been
we
a bit
saw
of an unsung
earlier.
hero for this side in certain moments, but it's not just one side of aggression. And I think Fnatic have noticed that.
Yeah, they got all the info off the horn, and Tomasi tries to make a play off the back of it, this time shutting it down. And
Yep.
there was a push initially from Martin, but I just think he was too far behind. He would have had to run, sprint through mid, and knowing that there's 5 players on the other side, the value not really there. This is going to be huge, because this
Opening
will actually
pick
ping that there's only
with
one player on the B
neural
side.
theft.
Fnatic instantly, okay, let's take this on.
Oh, he's going to invest the ult. He's
Wow.
trying it. Magnum, how
He
much can one
immediately
man do
ults.
here? Yeah, look at this. Look at him trying to just dip, dodge, and dive around all the bits of utility.
Done
It's
well.
great.
Oh,
Magnum,
no.
Oh my God, he's throwing
What
the
a
needle
hold
so
by Magnum,
violently.
bro.
Finding Boaster, catching
Bro,
Karmine.
that was
Durka getting
amazing
rid
by
of
him.
No, Martin's there. And Leo obliterated Karmine Corp.
That was amazing by Magnum, bro. He didn't allow the round to like simmer at all when that neural theft came in. He recognized it right away as a B hit.
There. This is going to be huge, because this will actually ping that there's only one player on the B side.
Here's quite a bit.
Fnatic instantly, okay, let's take
This team is so far, dude.
this on.
Oh, he's going to invest
And
the ult. He's
someone's coming
trying
from
it.
heaven.
Magnum, how much can one man do here? Yeah, look at
Oh.
this. Look at him trying to just dip, dodge, and dive around all the bits of utility.
Done
It's
well.
great. Magnum, oh my God, he's threading the needle so.
Dude, if Durka came into the site, actually, the round's over. Look, Durka just stops though.
Oh, he's trying it. Magnum, how much can one man do here? Yeah, look at this. Look at him trying to just...
If Durka actually just comes through his teammate's heaven smoke, the round's
dodge
over.
and dive around all of its utility. It's great. Magnum, oh my god, he's threading the needle so
The
well.
Raze gets right by him.
Finding Boaster, catching Chronicle. Durka, can you bail him out from heaven? No! Martin's
Holy.
there. Obliterated.
So this is so impressive, right? Here we have this round, right, where Magnum makes this crazy play. They're chilling now at 11-8. They got the lead against Fnatic. They're in the fucking second half of their map pick, and they are so close to making it to Madrid. And Aang calls a timeout right here after that round win. To set the scene here, Fnatic has already used both of their timeouts. So he is technically allowing Fnatic a breather here and the ability to like talk about what's happening and giving them an extra timeout. They can talk during this timeout just like KCorp can. So it's an interesting choice. But this is why when a lot of people ask me like, oh, should he have taken a timeout there? You know, like, this is how you take a timeout. No, like this is a great timeout from Aang. I've talked about this so many times on my stream, but and you can see he's having a lot of comms right now with the team. But you're basically in this emotional band. So like this is like doomer, like big doomer, like you're so depressed, right? And then this is just like euphoria, e.g. winning champs. The winning moment of champs versus like we are never winning again, DFM. You don't want to be in either of these mentals when you're playing the game, right? You want to be like here. And this is where you are every day in practice, because practice is boring. It's not like being on the stage. It's not, you don't get the adrenaline rushes in practice like you do on the stage. So when he realized like the team was super f***ed up and like panicky, he called a timeout here. Not many coaches do this.
All the way through.
I did this on 100 Thieves like once or twice. Like after like a weird clutch or something. At this point,
11-8, Karmine Corp leading Fnatic in map 2 after they claimed map 1.
So you can see he throws the one way, he fake TPs right there. They got a trap play in mid. So this is a designed play here off of that timeout.
We go again. How much in the tank for Fnatic here? They depend upon
Double
any of these
duelist here.
greats, these absolute heroes of who they are. Can one of them be the difference?
So Yoru playing anti-flash into the box. Raze maybe taking jiggles or some shit. Fade there as well. Omen could blind clearly.
Now, Boaster taking the trip to backside. Gonna commit.
TP's in.
Playing on site.
So this is actually the good, like the best read possible from Fnatic right here.
Oh, it's this retake again. Now, the success of it last time wasn't particularly great. They go in early, though.
Oh my god,
This
Neri.
time it's working exceptionally well. Martin and Ray gonna find a bit of success each. Boaster still breathing is gonna keep things maybe tilting Fnatic's.
What did they throw exactly?
This retake again. Now, the
Okay, so Omen's gonna blind this line, right? This is a good blind. Holy.
success of it last time.
Yo, that's a good blind. Okay, so they're throwing this. They're prowling out of the heaven smoke. They surely are about to throw a Yoru flash. There's a star coming in on default. Okay, yeah, so the flash comes in. You see it popping like over here. It bounces off of this. So he flashes off of this here, so it can't blind his team. The Omen blind gets all of the rest. This is insane.
Particularly great. They go in early, though.
Yeah, and this time it's working
Ahead of the
well.
cabbage.
Martin and Ray gonna find a bit of success each. Boaster still breathing is gonna keep things maybe tilting Fnatic's.
Dude, yeah, the Omen blinds right now coming out of Tomasi are f***ing sick.
Get the plant down. Now
Like,
time's on their
he's getting
side.
so much value.
Tomasi, Shin, Martin up against Alpha, Leo, and Boaster. Those names are so weighted to
Check this play out. We're in this scenario.
tilting Fnatic's way. They have a
Boaster feeling a little sketched out, so he gives like a random like cloud out smoke and just TPs past it.
safety on the site.
Basically makes it so people have to like make a play to like come into the site itself. Like you'll give them the back lines, but
Smoke up.
you just kind of want to
They're
set
gonna get
up.
the plant down. Now time's on their side. Tomasi, Shin, Martin up against Alpha, Leo, and Boaster. Those names are so weighted towards one side.
Shin, Tomasi, and Martin. So they use their Omen ult right here, guys. As this smoke fades, and they clear out all of the close spots. So They're rocking an Astra Omen Yoru. They have no info. They use the Omen ult to clear all of the top, the bottom. He can whip around, potentially like see behind him. He's getting a lot right now at this ult, actually. He's about to cancel. And now he's going to come through mail like super late.
Trying to set these guys up.
So they know they don't have to worry about all these close lines now. The Astra stuns the back. You heard it.
Time being taken. They
I don't know what Boaster's doing right there.
allow them to work forward.
He tried to step out of the stun, and he still got hit by it.
Taken, they swing, and they find. Boaster's gone down, but there's still another towards the
Good flash.
backside. That's going to be Leo. The problem is he can't take
He's
that
sticking
isolated
it,
fight, and
because
he's going to have to just face
bad
this.
plan.
He has to try and get in there. Shin's not
No.
stopping. Shin is not stopping,
Wow.
and neither are Karmine Corp. It's 11. Boom. They are.
What a round out of that timeout, man.
You can feel it in the air. Something is wrong, and Martin, he's taking down
bro.
Durka. Frag by frag. They are taking away the chances here. Booking themselves into the unthinkable. Everyone doubting them at the start of the season. They still have to finish. They still have to get across the line. 4 more kills. 1 minute and 14. Can they live through it? Can they defend that long? Martin thinks so. He wants in. He's teeing him up. This is
They got
so much
nothing,
information.
or
He
what?
sees everything. And look at Tomasi. Look at them closing in towards this. He's rejoined on the other side. It does leave space towards A. But now he waits. Does Fnatic go for this? It's Chronicle curious. Alpha having a look. And they're playing for retakes if they have to every single time.
This
they're
is an
sitting so deep.
incredible
Because at this
map
point,
by
Magnum's pushed
KCorp.
B main, so he knows they're not going through that angle. So now everybody actually starts rotating back over to the A side. It might be Shin firmly within it, but the rest of the players are not far away.
Does Shin get a freebie here? Did Fnatic still think there's someone on the site? Do they think they've completely evacuated the site? What do Fnatic read into this? They're hesitating. 25
good
seconds of the
timing on
spike
that
is not
smoke
here.
from
It's on the way,
Tomasi.
but Shin has not been checked on yet. He's still here. Under the cover of darkness, he gets to survive for another couple of seconds. Couldn't deal with Alpha. Sight now starting to wave the Fnatic flag. The spike is down. Time's on their side. 4v4. Can they deal with this though? Leo,
Good one way by Boaster.
keep track on that lovely little smoke there towards CT. You're going to make it very difficult.
They say f that. They go heaven now.
Karmine Corp going to be questioning how do they approach this heaven.
Tomasi
The next
put a what? Tomasi put a lurk smoke in front and just spams it?
vault.
Is that what just happened?
Karmine Corp going to be questioning how do they approach this heaven. The next
Yeah, just
opportunity.
smoke.
Tomasi's
What?
giving him at least Boaster on a plate, but there's still 3 more. Leo, Alpha, and Chronicle to clear, and they will not make it easy. Leo will hold this line as best he can. Narrate going to try and skip forward, try and skip ahead. Time ticking.
man.
He's got 1 down. Oh, he's got a second. It's all on Leo. Oh, and he cannot.
Unbelievable.
No.